say.
Come on, people now. Let's get it started. Let us love one another right now. How does that go?
Get the hell out of Joe's way.
That's how it goes. It almost sounds like a boom chicka boom boom, like a porno boom chicka boom 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 chicka boom chicka boom 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 chicka. What do you think? What do we want to say, Joe? You're not helping, Joe.
You wanted to scream because of the madness. You need to vent. Tell us. Why are you pissed off, Carolyn?
Because nobody is waking up, Joe.
Why are they not waking up, Carolyn? Why do you think they're not waking up? What is the reason? That lady's putting her makeup on. Damn her. Driving woman. You're in the middle of traffic.
I got a bit of makeup on, but I did not do it driving in traffic.
Drives me crazy. But anyway.
Why
are they not waking up?
Crazy.
Why are they not seeing a big picture?
I don't
It's right in front of their face and they still refuse to see it. Let's see if they see it tonight. You know, tonight Joe Biden is doing State of the Union tonight.
I know. Please. It's gonna be.
Let's see what happens. You think Joe Biden's going to be able to tell you exactly what's going on? Fuck no. Man is crazy.
He's not crazy. He's an actor. You see, this is what I'm saying. I can't even wake you up to say the right words. Okay. What people have to understand, people in the group, people that are leaving messages on the memes in the community, I don't care. You don't seem to get it. I am not a fucking Republican. I have never been. I never believed in our system since I was fucking yay high. I knew there was something wrong. I'm not crazy. I am not mad. I've always had intuition. Then my life has not stopped with coincidences. You want me to fucking start with them? Besides the fact that, like, almost all my schools, let me correct that, that's a lie. All my schools had tunnels. Every school I went to in Brooklyn and Staten Island had a tunnel system. This is not a lie. Since I was in kindergarten in St. Anselm's in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, yes, the same place that Jimmy Fallon is from, and a couple other smarty pantses. Fucking, you should be ashamed of yourself, Fallon. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm pissed. All right? Not only that, all right, but my dad worked across the street for over 30 years where Fauci's pharmacy is. Okay. Then I happened to go to college in Willowbrook, which had just opened 6 months prior, which is, well, it's Staten Island College, CUNY, right? But it was, prior to that, it was where Geraldo Rivera uncovered what was going on. It was an insane asylum where they were obviously not treating these children and young adults and whatever as humans, but rather test rats. It was obvious. I mean, you can't have kids living in feces and no, it was an experimentation. And guess what? If you had to drive there, it's like 20, 30 minutes away from Fauci's pharmacy. Okay? There are no coincidences, especially not the fuck in my life. Then, of course, I worked in Albany. I worked in Manhattan. I interned. You know. I can't tell you the creepy shit that went down in Albany. I cannot tell you. Disgusting, creepy shit. Weird shit. I was literally called down to the office one morning when I just got in, asked about a homicide. As if I had something to do with it. Creepy. I mean, that's not just it, guys. these people are out of their heads. They do. There were some that tried to actually do stuff, but it's like they're in their own fucking worlds. And I've said it before in a live. I swear to God, it feels like the ventilation in there is controlling their goddamn minds, whatever gases they're pumping in there. The old elevator going down to the basement was not only creepy enough, with the gate, not only creepy enough, but then when you go downstairs,
I hope Alec Baldwin's next, you fucking fuckers! Sorry.
no, it was perfect. Perfect timing because I stopped. I was wondering if you were around there.
Yeah, they convict the armorer of murder, but not the actual motherfucker who pulled the trigger. God, that pisses me off. So fucking wrong. It's so backwards. Fucking idiots. That's a liberal fucking way of doing something. It's so stupid. Protect the murderer. God, what a pig that guy is. I hate Alec Baldwin. Hate him with all my fucking heart.
We all do. Thank you, Joe, for saying that to the FBI yet again. I love how he curses out the FBI every day. And he still does it. I don't always record it now, but he still does it. I might do another one. We'll see. Maybe for like Easter. I don't know. So I was saying that once we get off the elevator in Albany, in this Capitol building, I have never felt so out of sorts in my life, And me, I'm like, for me not to feel comfortable in a place is huge. I loved working there. All right, anyhow. So we get down to the basement and then you see trim. Top border trim. I think it's called fascia, or I would call it impasto. So basically the molding was textured. So the tour guide answers me. The artist that did the architecture and everything in the Capitol building and the carpenters and whoever worked on the building decided to do their children's faces forever on the trim border in this bronze. It's just spooky. And considering what we know about child trafficking and Satanists and what they do and the cabal, and it's just no. Mind you, there are tunnels also in Albany. You can literally go through the bottom tunnel, which now is a walkway. I bet at one time it was not used as a public walkway, but more of a private, who the hell knows. So there are tunnels, and there were other tunnels. I was in Fort Orange, and the egg was weird. The egg is weird. Look it up, Albany's egg, the egg building. Very strange. I get it, but no, I don't get it. There's just things that just don't make sense. I had always been a conspiracist. I always knew of the bunkers. I even remember my girlfriend reading about it and saying, in a magazine, and saying, do you think this is true that they have underground bunkers, these rich elitists, just in case something happens to the world? And I'm like, yes, I do believe it's true. I predicted 9/11. My friends will absolutely tell you. I didn't say the buildings were going to fall, although months before it, I was having dreams that spaceships were crashing into tall buildings. This is not a lie. I told many people, many of my friends during the time. I told them during a party, I said that it's going to be so gray in certain parts. I wasn't sure where, but I was saying the city. I was saying it was around buildings, and we wouldn't be able to connect to each other or call each other. Things would be down. It was severe and surrealistic. I was saying things like that. I was using those fucking words. Mind you, when my brother came home after 9/11 with a black suit on and black hair, his very, very dark eyes too, he was completely gray. All right? There was no mistaking. I'm an artist, right? He went from black to gray. That was like, took me a second. I thought a guy had peppered hair. You know, I took a double take sitting on the stoop looking at him. I can't tell you how bad. That's another thing. Isn't that crazy? Like the day of 9/11, I was not working in the city. I was working in Brooklyn, going to school in Staten Island. And yet I was on my way to the city that early in the morning to visit a friend in prison on Canal Street, right there. But we got stopped before we hit the bridge because the first plane had already crashed into the World Trade. So our train stopped and we were forced to get off. And that's when, I don't know how many of you realize that New York is basically islands. I lived about a mile from Shore Road. Like I walked there, you know, and it's not a beach, not where I was. There are beach areas back and forth in Brooklyn. In fact, Manhattan Beach is in Brooklyn. That's another story for another time. But all along the shore, you could see the city perfectly. So when we got off the subway, right, going over the bridge, right, we were going over the Brooklyn Bridge. It's the Brooklyn Bridge. We were able to see everything. Right? I saw the fucking building on fire. I was standing right there. I'm like, holy shit. I did not see no planes hit the second building, by the way. I did not. There was nothing. If it was, it had to be from behind. And that from behind my view, which means from behind the Second World Trade Center, which makes absolutely fucking no sense, according to the fucking news. All right? I've only been studying at that point art for about 17, 18 years, maybe 20 years. I knew forefront from behind. Okay, there's no you. So my life has been inevitably a coincidence well within its own. I can't tell you the numbers. The numbers are outstanding, you know, in my life. 17 has always been my number. I don't want to go through that. I've said this on past vlogs, whatever the fuck you want to call these things. I'm so pissed, people. You have to wake the fuck up. Realize that Obama and Biden are gone. They are gone. They are dead. We are waiting for you to wake up. Trump took care of the cabal. Nothing can move forward until a certain percentage of the world is awake. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're a libtard. Understand that this had nothing to do with what you call parties. Look at the meme I put in the community. Please understand, a party is a get-together for fun. A party is not Democrats or Republicans. Groups are, because groups come together because they have one thing in common or something in common. Okay, so what else is there? I know I keep going off. Today is like, I mean, today is just one of those days I just feel like going off on everybody. Believe me, nothing you can say or write it's nothing I haven't heard. The awakening makes a lot more sense to me than anything else in this life. Okay? And it's a beautiful thing. That's the one thing you have to realize. It's a beautiful thing. So wake the fuck up so we can all move forward. Biden's not real. He's being played by an actor. There are so many Bidens. How blind are you? You do not have to be a fucking artist. I keep saying this shit. Take a goddamn look before. Go and take a look before you argue with me. I am not going to argue with anybody until they do some research. And I'm not talking about regular Republican and Democrat research because none of that applies to me. None of it. I could give a shit what you guys think about that. First of all, being too conservative is terrible, and being too liberal is stupid. everything in moderation, okay? There is no such thing as alcoholism. Believe me, no such thing. You either drink or you don't, or in moderation. All right? Stupid. Stop believing that there are diseases that don't exist. Stop believing in these words that never existed. I'm so done. You either watch and learn, and you can debate me with my arguments. I don't want to hear your bullshit. Unless you've been studying it as long as I have. Then I might give you the benefit of the doubt. But you have to literally be honest with me and say, hey, I've researched this shit for 10 years. You tell me. I will listen to that. Okay? But don't come up to me as if you fucking studied this shit your whole life. Because I fucking well have. People think who they are. Really? Why are you going after Trump? Why would anybody go after this man? He did nothing but help America. He gave us pride, security, income, jobs. I mean, what's wrong with you? Are you jealous that he has money and a gorgeous wife? Who the fuck are you? Who are you, little pea? You're a fucking ant in a fucking colony. That's all you are. And that's all your opinion is worth. Because people with good nature that are wise know exactly how to handle what's going on. Not you evil, contorted, twisted motherfuckers with no brains. Okay? You guys are what is wrong with you? Let me tell you something, libtards. All right, my ears were all pierced before anything became new. And I was in fucking 8th grade. I was 11 years old. My parents didn't know what the hell to do with me. I was dyeing my hair pink and purple. Grow the fuck up, okay? That's what you do when you're a child. All right? Maybe not everybody was an artist like I was, because I even literally shaved my head. I was 12 years old. I have pictures, you don't believe me, huh? All right? Because that's the kind of artist I was. Now, okay, some people get it in their teens and they wear all black, or they, go spunky or spiky or get tattoos all over their face. And some of them may be able to live their life out like that and be happy. But I'll tell you, for the most part, you won't. Grow the hell up, all right? Once you get into your 30s, give me a break, okay? I don't care if you put it. Look, I wear colored contacts. I don't care if you put a little pink in your hair, but there's a growing up in the mind that must be done. And liberals do not do it at any age. Killing babies? Are you out of your minds? I didn't know better when I was a child. I didn't understand it. I don't mean even as a child, as a young adult, I didn't understand it. I dated people from around the world and they said it was okay. They said that's what they do in, actually, Scandinavia. The whole abortion thing started in Scandinavia. I wonder why. Our music, our actors, people who have died, military, directors, songwriters, talented people have been trying to tell us for decades. If you really think it has to do with something between the Republicans and the Democrats, then you've been totally duped, okay? It has nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. The cabal did this to separate you. Let's go back to the beginning, shall we? Okay, so the corporation started in 1776 plus 7, so 83. 1783 is when the corporation took over. We were always called Democratic Republicans. That was our name. That was American. There was no Democrats and there was no Republicans. The corporation took a cue from the Romans, from Julius Caesar, to divide and conquer. So by the 1830s, they created the Democrat Party. And later on, for slavery purposes, in the 1850s, I'd say, they created the Republican Party. There was no difference beforehand, right? But the Democrats believed in slavery still. The Republicans came in saying, no, this can't be. We let you get too far already. But we forgot all this. This is not in our history books. That's the problem. But you can look it up. Look it up. I'm telling you the truth. We were Democratic Republicans up until the corporation took us over. We are not the United States of America. When you add the word of, it makes it property, owned, a corporation. Okay? That is simple. And believe me, everything written back then was extremely important. They wouldn't write LOL. They wouldn't write TY for thank you or LMAO. They just wouldn't do that. It has to be written correctly. We are either the United States or we are America. To put that word of in there makes us a corporation. It is that simple. This is Sovereignty 101. I also taught sovereignty a little while back, way back when. Some of you might remember me. Anyhow, there's so much more. There's so much more about the cabal. There's so much more to waking up. There is the Christ consciousness that you might not have heard of yet. It is extremely important that you understand that. There is beliefs in God that you would never recognize as being biblical, because everything in our history was made to deceive us. Everything. On that note, I'm like so pissed, but today's my husband's birthday, so I'm gonna be like a good wife and make some waffles for him or something, and give him some. Yeah. Okay. So I'm so sorry if I sounded so angry. I am in a relatively pissed off mood. There must be 2.5 billion MAGA out there. Not MAGA in the context, make America great again, but make the world great again. We're taking a cue from the globalists, right? But we're doing it Trump way. MAGA, make everything great again. Why not? If you heard some and listened to some of the shit I do, you guys would be like, what? The girl's out of her mind. She can't believe this crap. But let me tell you something. By far, it is the best information I've ever heard and loved so much. For example, there's an idea of disarming every nation, taking all their nuclear weapons and any weapons that can be forged and making it into infrastructure. Making the world beautiful. Recycling the shit, damning crap to kill into something we can walk over to look at the water. A bridge, something that we can use as all humans can use. Nobody needs to hurt each other. What century do you live in? Really? I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. How old are you that you think we have to hurt each other? Is that all you care about? I'm right and you're wrong? Look, if you could prove me wrong, go ahead. I love to learn. If I'm wrong, so be it. I'm not going to be a little prick and be like, well, fuck it. No. Just grow up. Just fucking grow up already. I don't get it. All right. Anyhow, I do love you all. Whether you believe it or not, I do. I have hope for humanity. I have more hope in humanity than I do in most things. Okay. I'll just tell you that right now. But I do love you and take care. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.